Harry Lowe works with us here at BBC Radio London, and he's over in what I would consider, Harry, by the way, a stronghold of the Labour Party in Enfield, 2010, 2014 and 2018. Before we get into the details, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm actually standing on the outside of the 200-metre athletics track, and I'm resisting the temptation to do something to try and keep myself awake at this unforsaken hour.
Yeah. Well, I'm working with Mel here. Mel's always up, not always, coherent, but he's always up at this time. So I'm taking my lead from Mel here. So in terms of where you are, is that where you live then, Harry? And if it isn't, did you vote today? What was it like at your polling station?
I'm a South East Londoner. I live in Abbey Wood in the borough of Greenwich, and I voted by post on Monday this week. So
right.
I was an early voter.
So
in fact, I may have even voted last week. I voted certainly at least a few days ago by post.
I don't know. I'm like
which is what I always do.
At your age, you lose the days, Harry. Right. As I say, it's a Labour stronghold. Though, like a lot of the boroughs, it's really, I've been trying to compare to 2018, but it's really difficult because a lot of the boundaries have been redrawn, haven't they?
You're right, the Boundary Commission has been busy since the last election, and in Enfield that is certainly the case. I can tell you that Palmer's Green has just been called for Labour, so they've elected two candidates, and that's the kind of marginal seat that if the Tories were going to be successful here in Enfield tonight, they would need to be winning. So that gives you an indication. We've only had 11 seats called so far, 7 have gone Labour now and 4 Tory, but the whisperings I'm hearing from Conservatives, they're talking about having lost votes to the Lib Dems. And most of the Labour people I've seen are happy. I've actually seen some fist pumping in the last few minutes, actually, from one man with a large red rosette. So that just gives you an indication. The body language, as you can imagine, Eddie, tells you almost everything you need to know.
Absolutely. We're walking around trying to listen and looking at body language, because you'll pick up a lot. What time can we expect some kind of result from you? Any indication?
The officials here have told me that in an ideal world they'll be able to declare at 5. We were expecting 6 in advance of tonight, but I think because of that turnout that you've been talking about so much already being lower, I would expect that we're going to be able to get it a little bit early. I've actually heard that one of the wards, the turnout is down at 26% here. I don't know whether that
and it was such a gorgeous day. Out. You would have thought it was easy today. We walked across the park, went to Wanstead Park. It was nice and easy, you know. So clearly there seems to be a kind of, I don't know, an apathy or whatever it is. Although I must say local elections aren't particularly high anyway, are they?
No, they're not. You might hear some more cheering in a moment because I think we're about to get another declaration. But as you mentioned in your introduction there, if Labour win here, they'll win for the 4th time running, and they've never done that before. In fact, when they won in 2018, that made it a hat-trick for them of victories, and they've never done that before. So Labour looking to make their own history here in Enfield tonight, and I'd say they're feeling confident about doing just that.
Yeah, I've got to say, as you look at that 200-metre line, what is it that you feel in your perfect Adonis mind's eye that you could do?
What, in terms of a time?
Well, I don't know, a push-up, a sit-up.
Well, do you know what? I was actually looking, Eddie, in terms of my capabilities, there's some bikes here, and I've just started doing some spin classes, as they call them. So I reckon I would step away from the track and jump on one of these bikes cycle nowhere but at great speed, if you know what I mean.
Well, I do know what you mean. As long as you're doing something, Harry. We'll talk again later on. As Harry Lowe there for us in Enfield. Well, first, though, Harry is in Enfield. You've been avoiding me, Harry. I've been waiting 2 hours to speak to you.
Yeah, the sun's risen now, Eddie, so I've got no excuse, have I?
Well done, well done. Right, what's the news from Enfield?
We are on the cusp of seeing Labour hold on to Enfield Council, but I can tell you there are at least 2 wards which are undergoing recounts as I speak to you. So unless we get the results of those, we cannot confirm it as a Labour hold. But there are 65 seats in total up for grabs in Enfield. Labour have won 30 of them. The Conservatives 23. Now that's 6 up on 2018, and with the various shifts over the past 4 years of various councillors, that's 6 up on where they were at this time yesterday, if you like. So it's actually been a fairly good night for the Tories notwithstanding the fact that it looks unlikely they are going to reclaim this council. And that, of course, means that it'll be a fourth consecutive win for Labour if they do, as looks most likely, they hold on.
Well, see, I'm here till 7. See if you can grab somebody that we can speak to, because we'll be interested to find out what they think. Harry, thanks for doing this for us.